remember that. I remember Don's Orisa being super impactful when we got a chance to see him in EMEA Contender. So I love that maybe we get a chance to see that a little bit later. But wow, is this Mauga composition something else? We are seeing a Torbjorn alongside a Reaper. This is not a drill. And I think the Psycho dealing with this teleporter is going to make this job way easier for Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, there's a lot of veteran names. If you paid attention to Contenders EU for many years, you'd recognize the hit scan deadliness of someone like Phi. Danid, who was known for his Doomfist, now a flex DPS on the Torbjorn of all things, hoping to mark that Echo well, but Psycho and Sparker are dealing with that turret well, and SSG taking all the space they can as Hadi stomps somebody like a Goomba.
That's how you can really make this Winston team work. We did end up seeing this Winston team into like Roadhog. If you were paying attention to some of the co-streams that happened during the group stages, that was maybe one of the funniest matches to tune into Funny Astro's POV. Just the comms that sounded like Space Station Gamer were having so much fun. And in that type of scenario, like you're still running Winston into such a difficult team to actually get a dive on, and that's exactly what Quick Esports have right now. But make quick work of Dawn in the front line.
Wow, like they're almost about to touch those spawn room doors. I said I didn't want this to be Quick Esports, okay? But SSG, I like that they're staying aggressive. They clearly haven't given up hope, even though they're in the lower bracket. And Jake talked about Echo being that kind of tank buster as something that you run against Mauga players. And so far, Don is taking a lot of hits. SSG finally forced to jump out. No, Cycles is still hovering over the hills, lasering people as when they think that they're safe, when they think they have time to heal. Now Danid is staggered too. This is 70% for SSG, and they haven't been challenged enough to even use a single ultimate. I don't even think Psycho has died.
I don't know if anybody has died yet on Space Station Gaming. They still have 5 ults to play with. Phi is actually going to switch over to the Widowmaker, hoping to push back Space Station. If you do get an early pick there, at the very least, you're able to get out of the spawn doors. It's going to be the Cassidy, though, that Phi does lock in to make this next engagement. But this next one is the last one if Quick Esports can't get anything done with these ults.
Shit!
And
you guys made me bring the fucking popcorn, so I brought it.
And SSG gonna use the dupe. Psycho just wanted to preserve his life and prevent the flip from going through, but it's too late. Great focus.
I brought the popcorn.
ESPORTS, Primal, Hadi, just having a bit of fun. I think so. SSG now using the rest of their ultimates. Sound Barrier, Kitsune Rush, Overclock, Dala, and Abik doing their best to keep Quick Esports up, who had to swap to a few different heroes.
It's kettle corn, so I hope you guys like the kettle corn.
Crunch down on what the right solution will be against SSG. Okay, we're doing squats now too, Funny Astro. Oh my god.
That's just the typical leg
Yeah,
workout.
I told
for
you guys.
Lucio, you know, gotta have the strong.
I told you guys.
For the wall
between
riding.
Space Station Gaming and ENCE,
Yeah.
whoever went down to the lower bracket was gonna roll that lower bracket.
Just seeing how SSG are using their ults tells me that they're very underestimating. They're confident. They're underestimating their opponent. They're having some fun. They know they can get away with stuff like that. Like Uvar at SSG like got first picked, and they would still like primal in, invest all of their ultimates because they know they're gonna win every single fight. Phi is still trying to find like where he's slotting in this composition. We saw him on Cassidy and different things, the Echo, and we'll see if the Sojourn sticks.
Sojourn works out nicely, as we've seen for some of these
Holy shit, 82%.
Even if you're not playing together as a team,
$6.3 million
Phi can
on Space Station Gaming and only 1.4 on Quick Esports. 82 to 18%. That's insane.
Even Psycho in the skies, as long as you can hit those headshots too.
Okay, Quick Esports saw somebody on the flank. Oh, that's a guy with skates. And SSG dove in right after when Quick Esports were distracted. And there's so much space on the side of this dive. And they get to jump out as soon as Quick Esports want to engage. Hadi and friends just leave. And Quick Esports may be fine with that. They may get a chance to cap. SSG are very split from each other once again. And SSG were kind of like that on Blizzard World in their previous series.
Question,
but
bro.
this time it's working out. Landon is
Comes
able
in here to try to talk shit.
time to frag out 2 people. So at the end, SSG take the point.
A little scrappy there for the first fight, but with Space Station now taking control, they get to play a little more aggressive, and they still don't have any ultimates to work with, but they've been winning all of these frag wars that
5-second rule, chat.
really matter. This teleporter, though, from Danit is going to help them close the gap, but Fi is in a huge world of hurt.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna blame Fi for that one. I remember how goated he was when I cast Contenders.
Yeah, me too.
I knew if he had space and a team to protect him and things were a little bit more even, he could look just as good. But when there's a Winston constantly on top of you and a quick esports don't know how to deal with flankers, it's a tough road.
I'll be honest with you.
A Beak is missing. Not a lot of heals for Quick Esports.
I think Quick Esports is living up to their name at least.
And
it's going to be a quick game.
It's looking like a 200-0 angle.
This might be a bloodbath. This has been so dominant from Space Station so far. Just so predictive of the teleporter placement, ready to get the jump whenever Quick Esports start to take and engage. Like, watch this. Teleporter gets used, they go up to the high ground. It's a little bit further away now, so it's not going to be an immediate engagement here by Space Station, but it was still, like, you saw the disruptor shot get popped down right on top of it.
And that's the best way to counter a Symmetra teleport setup, is to initiate. Do not let them have time to set up. And Haughty realizes this, and this is the strength of Winston against this Quick Esports we're trying to set up. Got primaled off. SSG only had to use one ultimate. You got a cage fight from Psycho that was built up during the Echo Dupe, but Quick Esports have fights at the front, fights at the back. The threats are surrounding them. Quick Esports use a sound barrier, but that's getting shredded, and Fi has the overclock and yet forces Psycho out of his dupe form, but it did not result in any following.
You know what
kills.
this reminds me of, chat?
Overtime is gonna dwindle away, and Space Station, I guess, aim for the stars.
This reminds me
Shoot for the moon and land among the stars.
of an Elo Hell video where
like they're just going the
Diamond
distance
players
right now
think
when
they
it
belong
comes
in top
down to that
500.
first map. Super excited to see that this loss has not broken their spirits yet, and hopefully the adrenaline still pumps. So
Okay,
that
chat,
they
do you
are
guys think
still
they're gonna get a
feeling
kill this round?
Locked in and focused for the task ahead.
Now this dive from SSG will begin establishing on that high ground. At least there's a Reaper there from Fi, so this could be used to blow up Haughty. Shax may have a hard time kind of running after Psycho there, and doesn't want to go in too deep either. How different Sombra is in Overwatch 2, and Don's sticking to the Mauga, and now he's isolated himself, and that's the danger of going up against an Echo. The focusing beam, all the sticky nades, it's a lot of damage, and this can bring down a tank very quickly. And if Don isolates himself even for a second, like, and a Beak doesn't teleport in, Don's gonna be shredded instantly, and this is a very easy take for a Space Station.
Oh, well, even if a Peak actually does swift step into the Mauga, you're making yourself an easier target too, because of the DPS passive stunting a little bit of that healing by 15%. Like, it's still it's palpable impact with how much healing you're actually able to do in a situation like that. You're not out healing the damage being done to you. At the very least, though, Quick Esports, they get a chance to get a close hold here under the archway. So maybe this is the start of the defense here.
Really good shots out of Shax, and I'm excited for him to be on the Tracer. This was a swap that I suggested before this map started. If Psycho continues on the Echo, Tracer becomes a really good counter to that, to have more mobility to chase that Echo down once she does come back to Earth. But Shax has also a Lucio chasing them around, forcing out blinks, forcing out recalls, is now in the middle of the team and didn't have enough blinks.
Quick Esports goal has changed from winning to getting a single kill. That's crazy, dude.
Salvage that moment, but Shax needs the team to step up in those moments so that the Tracer isn't the only target in those fights. Kitsune rushes are going to be exchanged, and Quick Esports...
First Elim!
Let's go. They're trying to defend this choke, and wow, they sent SSG back to spawn.
First Elim.
Wait,
Let's go.
they got elimination! Winston's!
For Quick Esports, they get the defense too, and such an advantageous position for having that defensive side. Right under the archway can be a little bit difficult to
Jay, do
breach
you have popcorn?
because you're coming through a window, you're going under the archway, just very telegraphed positions here to try to get the uptake.
Ooh. Sparker is feeling it, needs to be careful, but Dawn is so low. The Salver is trying to keep him up during the cage fight. He's going up against Psycho, who just duped him, and Shax throws a pulse bomb through all of that. It's so chaotic. Hottie will even have Primal, so they can, SSG can continue to be aggressive. And
got more, chat.
As Dollar was trying to escape, he got the cage fight got brought out by Psycho. A lot of ults invested there from SSG, but ends up working out. They can get some progress going. There's a bit of a stall there by Shax, and now moving forward.
It's good though. Like Quick Esports, they did get a big team fight win. They are starting to stall off time from this bank, and we were able to get out some pretty critical ultimates here from Space Station, so that now you get a chance to come in with the Kitsune Rush. You do have Pulse Bomb. Space Station doesn't have an overwhelming amount of pressure to put onto this final point, when sometimes we see the second point end. You gotta have like maybe 3 or 4 ultimates sometimes to get it over the line. It can be tough to break.
Don trying to reposition. Hottie jumps after him, and he can continue to harass him. He still has the Primal, forced to pop it now. And Quick Esports,
I don't know. I think the Winston's really good against like not good teams. Chat.
It's just that much better. Don realizing that
but when he was running Winston against Ents, they got demolished.
Behind, and SSG are about to cap, and this is a bit of a fumble out of Quick Esports.
That is a cap. That is cap. That came through. Those are staggers. And now it's Space Station moving into this third point. That is a fumble. Like, you wanted to go in there with the rush, with the pulse bomb. The pulse bomb is also going to be a whiff and a miss here, and it feels like Quick Esports are panicking, trying to get out of these spawn room doors.
I feel bad for this game.
Just deposing in their faces.
Yeah, I mean, SSG, they're winning their front to back fight, and Don tried to go on like a flank, and it just didn't pan out. Then he brought a Beak with him, so then a Beak wasn't healing the rest of the people getting steamrolled by SSG. So 3 minutes and a few more meters before the end of C, and Bunny Asher dies. I mean, he's still trying to get organized with the team to use a sound barrier, and Shax knows this, so he hunts down.
They're called quick because every round goes quickly. Nah.
Now Landon uses the Kitsune Rush. And this is starting to give Space Station an edge. Sparker can continue to get picks, maybe punish Dala. Yeah, he's out of position.
Chat, it doesn't matter if they lose or not, because they still made it this far.
In danger. SSG have leftover ultimates now, including a dupe and an overclocked dupe at that. And SSG are getting tested here and there, and Quick Esports need to quickly think of a plan.
I don't know what place they come into, but I'm pretty sure they still make money.
That is 2.5 minutes that Space Station are able to complete this map with, and it felt like a consistent snowball throughout the map, where you're right, like a couple of tests came through. There was that good defensive fight under the archway of second point, and then there were some good picks that happened towards the end of second and into the third, but
it's not like Quick Esports has bad players as well. Everyone's like top 500 and shit. It's just Space Station is they have the coordination and teamwork.
Even being able to finish the map with how Space Station have played even defensive dive on control.
I think there's flashes in the pan to Quick Esports. Shax's Tracer. This is what he was known for forever and always.
In Overwatch League 2.
Yeah, and his mechanics still there. He's still a threat, but Space Station can just turn.
Even though I'm flat, I think I would smack people in this tourney.
Shax was trying to get work done at this main archway. When Shax was going after everyone on point C. And Quick Esports just need to be coordinated that if their Tracer is going in on a flank, they need to push from the front. But Quick Esports are pushing from all over the place. Don, I don't think Malga is really a flank type of tank. So just Don has to be careful.
I wish I had that level of confidence, bro. If I had that level of confidence, I'd be fucking immortal.
I am too. What day and age is this to see a dive in EMEA of all places? I love to see it. I'm excited to see how Dan can coordinate with the rest of the team, playing around this Sojourn, playing around this Tracer. Disruptor shots, though, do make this pivot a little interesting.
Fi's skin is so funny. She's got a helmet on. Keeps throwing me off that people can just play whatever skin. Well, his biker self is gonna be in trouble. Space Station are just winning all these fights. And they're chasing down Quick Esports, who are now stuck in this tiny room, ready to get staggered. Don is by himself, and SSG are gonna dwindle him down.
Respawns are closer though for Quick Esports, and they are taking bodies with them. So while Space Station is able to clean up these picks,
you guys sound like the fucking people I play with in Quick Play when I'm trolling. When I'm playing Zenyatta, DPS only, I'm not healing, and I die from like a gold player. You guys sound like those gold players that are like,
so this is gonna be a
hey my god bro, I killed Jay3 and he's top 500, I should be top 500. He sucks. I'm like,
Dan's been some good engagements though.
Relax.
I was really impressed. Like
Relax.
immediate jump in, getting a member of Space Station down, did get another pick as well. So he is playing this Winston very aggressively and making it harder for Psycho.
Oh, Hottie has already got the pounce on Fi, and Don was still trying to find a good target, so the quicker initiative out of SSG nets them an early advantage, and great pulls. Psycho has been consistently able to generate ultimates in that Echo dupe form, which tells me that he is not getting pressured whatsoever. I mean, he's still on fire. I don't even know if he's died. Either way, Quick Esports need to deal with that dupe, because the ultimates that Psycho is choosing to use are scary.
He's charging them up so quickly too, and I feel like that's been really rare sight in OWCS so far, is seeing those Echoes actually get the ult online and using it. So yeah, very deadly, very scary.
Wow, Quick Esports are going deep. They just want to access that backline of SSG. They know that if they focus Hottie, he's just gonna jump away, and he's gonna continue to do so.
Bro, is it me or is it lagging?
Didn't assassinate the backline of SSG as intended, and SSG are going back and forth with them. Quick Esports, you know, Cena in the first tick, but all thanks to Shax. But that's all they're gonna get this fight.
1 minute left too. By the time the Quick Esports are able to make a re-engage, it's just the overclock left. Quick Esports have thrown so many ultimates at these fights and to no avail. So Fi is gonna have the overclock of his life here. The Space Station still have a way to fight back with the sound barrier as well as this pulse bomb from Sparker.
And it makes you wonder, like, what is Shax's priority? Is it to help peel for Fi when Hottie dives him? If this overclock is used, Hottie may want to pressure that and bubble that off, but no, the bubble's already been used. So
yo, whiff central, bro. Whiff central.
Astro by his side. He's got the speed.
Wait, maybe that plat player in my chat saying that they could demolish these players. It might be true, chat.
30 seconds left. One more attempt here for Quick Esports. Fi is going to switch over to the Widowmaker to see
I feel
if he
so
can get a
bad
quick
for Quick
pick out of the
Esports,
spawn,
man.
but goes back over. It goes over to the Echo actually. So a little bit.
It happens to the best of us, chat. It happens to the best of us.
Maybe we'll be able to help just deal with Psycho, but Psycho is just waiting in the wings here with the duplicate to play aggressive.
You gotta look both sides of the road before you cross, or you got sticky grenades to the face, and
2 seconds.
At least Psycho dupes the Tracer. Best Shax in that moment. Quick Esports are down 1, and they got overtime to worry about. Don gets shredded by Psycho on the Tracer, and Quick Esports get full held on King's Row.
I am still remembering him for the Doomfist, I think is why I'm like, oh yeah, he was a tank player. I'm remembering that now. But if you're Doomfist one trick, are you actually a tank player? Or are you just DPS reincarnated as a beefy tank that punches people like a actual One Punch Man? But you know, go get that skin. Actually, fantastic.
Yeah, go get the skin.
Wait, I don't know if you can get it anymore, but that was one of my favorite collabs. Anyway,
they better have it, because he should also beat the allegation. I don't think he's a one trick anymore, but sometimes when you're known as a one trick, you can't escape the banner that people put on you. So yeah, Quick Esports with a type of rush using the Symmetra teleporter could be neat, and even then, Danit can build up a lot of DPS off of the Winston bubble. But when some of the shots are coming in, shutting that down. But Fi can pick things up, and who's remaining is Quick Esports to start a lead.
Fantastic. Early progress means that you get a chance to play up across this bridge. It gives you some good ground for Fi to cover. Danit as well with the teleporter can also help to be able to close that gap. So it already seems to be working out pretty well. Although as I say that, where was Danit? Where was he?
Danit.
Why was he so far back?
I'm not sure. Either
Quick
way,
Esports is winning right now. I'm like, I don't like the Winston pick, bro. I'm being honest with you guys.
Like your main healer.
I don't like the Winston pick.
Don is missing, so they can just focus on taking their own bridge and having Fi poke them down. Ideally, before this dive comes in.
He does not only play Winston. We've seen him on several characters today.
Do not give up any real estate. Quick Esports stole the bot though, and that's sort of the most important thing. Danit has made his way back, but Quick Esports have had their forces dwindled down, and SSG are done playing with their food.
Oh, and like Don had no support there. Like he went in with the overrun, didn't have any backup.
What time do you usually start your streams? Lately, I've been starting them really early because of the tournament right now. But usually I start them around 1 or 2 o'clock when I come home from the gym.
So many ults too. Like they've got basically the full bag to throw at the next one.
Better not fumble that bag.
No, please don't. But you know, throw all 5 and maybe that's what we call a fumble.
Depending on what value you get out of it. But I like that Psycho was on the flank and he's got the pulse. And Quick Esports using the teleport just to establish themselves on bridge. And it's going well so far. Never mind. It is not going well anymore. Psycho didn't even need to use the pulse to kill ya. Danit is missing, and without that professional taxi, Quick Esports need to reset.
They need to
I am not building my own home gym.
So
I'm a streamer, bro. I spend so much time in my house. The last thing I want to do is spend more time in my house. The only time I have human interaction is when I go to the gym.
And that continues.
I like going to the gym. I like getting out of my house. I think I would go crazy.
Sparker also has the overclock, but like where the Quick Esports, they were behind them. Now they have to walk all the way out in the open with no shield to cover them. They have to wait for Danit to get this teleporter online to just try to get through this choke.
Okay, well, Don, there's a lot of D's, but Don is trying to lead that, has the sound bear with them. Quick Esports establish themselves, didn't really kill much. Now the re-engage, followed by Landon with the Kitsune rush. And oh, Hottie is just punching at double speed and beats Fi down. He doesn't have the jump to escape, and that's good on SG to realize the importance of these cooldowns. And as soon as you see the Sojourn slide being used, that's the perfect moment to dive in. Cage fight seems like a tilter there. Had his team behind him, but SSG focused on down, so not going to work out there.
I mean,
did you ever visit Ireland out of curiosity?
There's
yes.
no help available for Fi to get some railgun shots in. Danit was also blocked from being able to use the Symmetra beam, and it's been this bubble placement that's been a huge difference maker here for Hottie on the Winston. Shutting off all of those avenues for support for Danit. I don't think I can even blame Don there. But Danit is actually going to make a switch up. You've got the Bastion. This card is getting so close to the end, and Fi is down again here as Sparker's able to get the better of him.
Hottie will have more time to chew his gum, though. I was just thinking about, like, man, it would be funny to do a listening, because I bet there's just not much being
They
said.
should do more listenings.
I want to hear that gum being chewed, so let's go and listen in with SSG.
Everyone's okay. I can just touch the point here below.
Back, guys. I'm almost
just park the bus in this area. I will touch point.
Park the bus in this area.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not. They Mauga point.
Mauga under. Can we just go back? Go main over. Just go back then, yeah. 2, 1, go over. Go.
I can't.
You want kill? I'm a Bastion. Bastion right.
Bastion.
I'm living.
You're not to be.
Okay, Soldier man.
I'm Curio.
Got him.
Don't worry. I'm with you.
Can push.
Can we
Let's go.
Swim the slide.
The one, looting.
Push it, push it.
Look mine.
Best and right. Full torque.
There's no shout.
I'm gonna kill for
Certain
cap.
Mugger left.
I can go on Bash. I can go on
Go
Bash.
for cap.
Yeah,
Mid for heals.
Yeah, let's go.
Play my ult.
Morgan,
Bastion.
Morgan left.
Bash it forming.
Mago.
Third one,
Bash one forming. Fuck with you, gonna go for him.
Can we push together on it?
People bubble. Bastion the turret inside. Bastion kill.
I'm with you.
I think this is an easy one, bro.
Blue.
Oh my god.
So does the broadcast just have access to whatever Discord the teams are in? Usually for tournaments like this, and if you know you're being casted, sometimes you would play in the tournament's
Get the cap.
Discord, so they can pop in whenever and use comms. Yeah.
Mago one.
The P1.
Usually they just have someone in there.
Morgan. Blue one.
Mago.
My king. Nah. It's okay, I died after the end.
What a game.
No guns.
So I go into the...
I still hear that. What a game!
What a game.
Full sarcasm intended. I didn't get to hear the gum being chewed, but I heard somebody.
I
getting
feel
chewed
really
in
bad,
the-
bro. I feel really bad for Quick
Esports
Esports.
at the end.
Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.